Chris Hogan here with Team NuCanoe, and we're going to be installing the Power Pole micro anchor on my NuCanoe UMax. So full disclosure, been running it for about a month or so. I've already got it installed, but I wanted to go ahead and show a walkthrough on how to install it on your NuCanoe. Had a few people reach out to me asking me if I had a video or anything like that, so this is what I'm doing. I've already got my wires ran in my stern pod and my HD access port. So I'm just going to walk you through the install now. Just reinstall everything. Here we go. So the Power Pole micro anchor comes with everything you need to install it on your boat as far as hardware to get this powered, as well as connected to the mount that you're going to use. Here is the one objective mounting plate that goes on the stern of your kayak. I've already installed my mounting bracket for the foot control steering on this, and then the Power Pole micro anchor bracket will also go on here as well. Again, this comes with everything that you need to connect and install on the stern of your NuCanoe Unlimited. And this bracket is meant to go right over that quick connect stern assembly for your NK300, your NK180 Pro, or your rudder, if you want to go that route. I'll show you everything, like my wires, how I've got them hooked up once we get started. But here we go. And then I'm just going to put some lock nuts on here, so that way it's still in place and it's still not going anywhere. All right, now that that's installed, we're going to check and make sure everything still lines up. There's one issue that I found, and it's that these T-bolts would come up too high on the one objective mount, and it's still a little tall. So what I'm going to do is now that you have your NuCanoe transom bracket installed on the kayak, the one objective mount goes on top of that. What I had to do is I got some T-bolts and I put them there, and then I cut them down with a Sawzall to make room for the one objective mount. And I'll show you a little bit what it looks like right now. It is a little pain in the butt to line everything up, but once you get it going, you're pretty solid. All right, once you got your back two screws in, what you're gonna do is get your spacers that come with the one objective mount and your screws and washers, and screw them in straight to the attachable T-bolts. Alrighty, so we have everything connected. It's still loose, you can still move it, and what you want to do is line it up with the back of the kayak. And I'll go ahead and show you that right here. There it is, right there. And then you just want to tighten everything down. And that ain't going nowhere. All right, everything else is super simple. We're going to install the micro Power Pole anchor to the one objective mount. 4 screws directly into the mount. Then you're going to take your micro power pole and the tensioner and install it to the mount. And this can go on either side. I'm just using my NuCanoe foot steering, and I want that on my left side, so that's why it's on my right side. I travel with it like this. When we get to the lake, just like that. It's not going anywhere, easily installed. Now I'll show you guys what the stern pod looks like, as well as my HD access port where I've got my cable running and everything. Because what you're gonna do, just plug it in and she's ready to rock and roll. Here's my stern pod. This is for my 36-volt battery that powers my NK300, and then this is to the micro power pole anchor, and I just wanted this free moving, just so I can adjust it when I needed to. And I have a 12-volt battery that hooks up to this and just sits right in here. Here is my HD access plate. I've got my NuCanoe UMax port that is got the through hole system right there. I've got a flush mount bracket for my NK300, and then I can put my camera or my flag right here with this Yak Attack mount. What I'll do now is I'll hook everything up and show you how it works. Like I mentioned before, I've got my foot steering up here. This is the foot steering cable that just goes like so. All right, now we'll hook everything up. All right, now everything's set up. I've got my anchor pole set in here. It just easily slides in, and then you can check your battery power, which mine says 100. You can check the anchor setting, which how heavy it'll thrust the anchor down. These anchors are meant to hold 1,500-pound boats in place, and my kayak is not 1,500 pounds, so I've got it on the lowest anchor settings. But you can use the buttons here, up and down, and then it does come with a key fob and another fob that you can mount directly to the boat. I like to use the lanyard, so I'm going to use this, and you can just do up and go down. One thing I do like about the power pole micro anchor system is if you accidentally hold it all the way up, I'm still pushing it, the pole's not coming out. However, it does come with rope, and I highly suggest that you install it on the back of your kayak, because you never know what can happen.